Ladies and gentlemen, pretty big day in terms of media. Some shocking news regarding Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson and Fox News part ways. The stunning announcement came days after the network settled an almost $1 billion lawsuit. This is NBC News, and it's all over The Hill. Tucker Carlson and Fox News part ways. The Washington Post. Tucker Carlson is out at Fox News after lawsuit disclosures. Fox should never have even settled, according to Alan Dershowitz. The corporation had to prove damages. You have to prove damages in a defamation case. The only side that experienced any damages at all was Fox News. So, but that's according to Alan Dershowitz. You can watch he has a fantastic YouTube channel. Go ahead, please subscribe to his YouTube channel. He talks a lot about the absurd and almost cowardly settlement by Fox News. Then you have Don Lemon fired, anchor terminated by CNN after Tucker Carlson exit. Okay, BBC News, CNN anchor Don Lemon furious after getting fired. That's the BBC. And so you have one example of a media personality in Tucker Carlson that's too effective. He's actually too effective. He was too good at his job. So this is the state of American politics. If you're too good, if you're too effective, if you communicate too well as a conservative, that could be a big problem. So he was let go by Fox News. And I think it had to do also with his text messages where he didn't believe the viewpoints of certain guests that caused the defamation suit. But it's like none of the people at MSNBC or CNN actually truly believed that Trump was an operative of the Kremlin, yet they still obsessed over that, and they still do. To this day, after it's been proven to be a completely absurd notion. Okay, the same people who pontificate about fantasies, how, oh my God, these are conspiratorial ideas, are the same people who thought that Trump was working for another country, and that's how he defeated Clinton in 2016. They have not stopped spreading lies, information that misinforms. Trump never worked for another country. He defeated Clinton in 2016, yet they constantly tried to sow doubt, to tarnish Trump's, the Clinton's defeat at the hands of Trump. They tried to constantly spread and foment this distrust of a president in 2016 and 2017, all throughout his tenure in office. You had CNN reporters being fired, 3 of them. You have the routinely the Washington Post, New York Times, and others retracting stories. You have them sometimes fabricating words, just making up words within a transcript, a fabricated transcript. That happened with the Georgia, the obsession with Trump's phone call in Georgia. They actually fabricated a transcript, and then they sheepishly corrected that. That was the Washington Post. But you have a long list. There's probably over 30 major stories that were either fabricated, sourced by anonymous sourcing, where either reporters were fired or there was a retraction, where the information was about Trump and it was completely false. And you have a situation where, Tucker Carlson was not extreme. He had a conservative viewpoint. A conservative viewpoint is viewed as extreme in this world. So it's all about sensibilities now. The reality has liberal sensibilities infused within it now. This is why you have to understand, this is why you have wonderful, morally superior liberal Democrats disowning friends and family. They truly believe that their sensibilities, their cost-benefit analysis, their risk-reward ratio, how they live their life, what they think about the First and Second Amendment, it's almost this theology, this religious doctrine. It's like a holy book or a Bible, or like they view their sensibilities to be reality. The problem, however, is that without all of media, including late night, including tech, including Hollywood, and loyalists within the government propping up their sensibilities when they say, well, this information misinforms. That's a subjective viewpoint. That's an opinionated statement. That's an opinion. But information that misinforms now is an actual issue, according to them, as they spew information that misinforms all the time. All the time. And they get called out by people like Tucker Carlson. He's too effective. And so who knows? Well, let's say he goes to like another rival network. Who knows? Who knows what happens? But he was very, very good. And maybe he also had enough of the stress involved. Now, with Don Lemon, he was let go and fired because he wasn't effective at all. See, Tucker Carlson was too good, too effective at promoting a conservative viewpoint. Don Lemon was not effective anymore. He had that show, or he had many shows with Chris Cuomo, who's now doing his own thing. But Brian Stelter is out. Don Lemon is out. He's done at CNN. CNN routinely lied about Trump. There was a CNN journalist in front of a building in flames. Okay, this is why Tucker Carlson is so effective. And this is why you have almost half the electorate always choosing Trump. By the way, hit subscribe to this channel right now. Go to hagoodman.com to read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, other publications. Email me at contactgoodman88@gmail.com to be part of a newsletter. And ladies and gentlemen, my super thanks is below, next to the like and the share buttons, and my Patreon is below as well. CNN had a building, had a reporter in front of a building in flames, okay? And they said it was fiery but mostly peaceful. You had an entire summer with $1 to $2 billion in property damage. Again, I support why people demonstrated peacefully, but there were individuals who didn't, and that those human beings caused $1 to $2 billion in property damage. 19 lives were lost, and 14,000 people were arrested. Yet Kinzinger never cried about a republic, and Cheney never condemned the chaos and mayhem, and you never heard a word from Democrats. And CNN, with a building in flames behind the reporter, actually still said, well, it's fiery but mostly peaceful. This is why Tucker Carlson was so effective. Trump was not an operative of the Kremlin, okay? That's another reason why Tucker Carlson was effective. Also, when Biden, who has a litany of potential felonies with Hunter, when the New York Post was censored and suspended by Twitter, that is why Tucker Carlson was so effective. When Biden wanted a ministry of truth, or a government body to regulate what is accurate or what is inaccurate in terms of speech, as they promote only the most inaccurate statements, this administration, Biden's administration, that's another reason. But also, when Joe Biden told Charlemagne the God, you are not who you are unless you vote for him, okay? It was probably a statement linked to supremacy and every other word you want to use that Democrats describe Tucker Carlson with. When there's silence on the left, that's another reason why Tucker Carlson was so effective. Okay? What Biden said to Charlemagne the God it was worse than anything Trump has ever said, and yet the hypocrisy was so rampant. Tucker Carlson was good at pointing out hypocrisy. Don Lemon was not, and most of the things Don Lemon talked about were just fabricated, and he wasn't effective at promoting. There was no need anymore for people like Brian Stelter, for example, or Chris Cuomo or Don Lemon. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe to this channel because Trump was never an operative of another country. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now.